we're on the draw, no 2-drops. We really need to hit 4, or we just have like some Thorn Beast and a Combust. And yeah, let's ship that one. So it's just like, things like that happen all the time. And just weird. It's just weird. Like, people just don't put a lot of thought into their power bases still. Uh-oh. Because there's no way the thinning from Seek Power is like, or Seek Power being a spell is more relevant than just getting both of your factions from a banner. It's just like, there's 0%. You can't give me a reason that would make that make sense. Hey, we did it. Pause on Double Shadow. They've either got Devour, Rapid Shot, Annihilate for their own unit. Got a couple options there. Got to decide if I want a Scepter or go greedy with Quartermaster. Or Plague. Or Acolyte. Wow. Acolyte seems nice here. If they've got a Rapid Shot, I would have forced to do it on the block. Yeah. It's unlikely I would want to block with this unless they play like Beast Color's Amulet on here. I'm trying to figure out how important this 2 damage is. We'll be patient. I don't know how important that 2 damage is there. Alright, there's a Rapid Shot out of hand. That's nice. Now what I can do is Scepter this, and I'll still have another blocker for this if I want. It's either that or try and establish the Quartermaster this turn, but I think I'd rather get my Warcries going and like a nice threat. They didn't have a ping effect last turn to take out an Amethyst Acolyte. Because if they did, they would much rather use that than a Rapid Shot. Almost certainly. If they have more Rapid Shots, more power to them, right? Okay. Okay. They're winning the race, I suppose. But Plague seems nice on this board. Don't think there's a reason to hold on to it for much longer here unless I draw something that's better to play. I don't know what that would be. We can play both. That's a nice Warcry hit. Getting a flyer against Stonescar. Alright, so they finally use this Devour. Yeah. But at least that means they can't block Devour, so that's fine. They potentially could have Subvert. I'm trying to figure out why I should or should not play the Sigil. If this dies, I would maybe want to be able to replay it off Stash, I guess. Yeah, I think it's better to play the power. The only reason to not is basically my opponent plays Subvert. I don't think that's enough of a reason to not play it here. There's like numerous reasons to play it. If this dies, I may just want to stash it back. If I draw power. More spiders. Alright. Thorn Beast on a spider. Huh. So I could, like, Suicide Swing just so I can stash back a Scepter, an Amethyst Acolyte. I'm at 21. I'd rather block than swing, I think, here. Even if I Suicide Swing, I can't stash Acolyte. Yeah, I think I'd rather do it on blocks. Wow, they still have a spell. Oh, this is going to be rough. I could get blown out here, that's for sure. I have to block like this. If I double block with these, you can just kill both. Is there a way to... There's no way to play around Rapid Shot or Rampage or Torch. So, yeah, there's no reason to put the extra blocker in front. I guess Temper is it. The only reason to put this in front is Temper. I'm not going to play around with just one spell. Dark Wisp. Okay. I guess they just have another Devour, if I had to guess. So you can get back Scepter, Acolyte, and I guess Stranger just have another Quick Draw. I don't know if the Quick Draw is more important than... I don't know. Let's just hit him with a Flyer. We'll figure it out. I definitely want Acolyte. I'm going to be on 7 power. Yeah, Stranger. Hello, Protein Cupcakes. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're playing Stone Scar in draft, so I'm having a good day, that's for sure. I'm guessing this is getting devoured here. I can't figure out what else this fast spell could be. Basically, any other fast spell in Shadow Fire would have blown us out last turn, so... I think waiting for Devour there is a little weird on our opponent, on the part of our opponent. Like, this is the blocker you're depending on anyways. I'm at 15. They're at 15. Taking this hit's a little risky. If they've got a trick or something, do I want to get it out of their hand? I don't like any of these blocks. I don't think they have a trick. I guess they just know they have good blockers coming in here. Yeah, that's a good blocker. So you can either go all in on the Flyer. That would be 6 damage. Or I can diversify by, like, putting it on Oni Ronin. I think I'm still going to diversify. Let's draw a card and see what we hit. Okay. Oh, that's probably better than playing Acolyte. There's no way to present lethal here. This is 13. If I swing with both of these... Alright, let's see. If I swing with all... If I swing with all, then they have to block here. Right? Because if they block here, that's still lethal. Alright. Why not buff the Quick Draw unit? Because... Oh, with the falchion? Yeah, I suppose I could have, but I wanted to just, like, hit him with this, I think. Like, I want to turn this into a 2-turn clock. I imagine you're talking about the falchion, right? Not the Scepter. The Scepter only makes us a 4-4. So 4-4 is not helping against a 5-5 unless I then Amethyst Acolyte. I'd rather just actually have the 5-5. Okay. Cool. Like, just because I didn't know what I was going to draw off the Scepter anyways, I'd rather just have a unit that matched up well naturally. That could be the wrong line of reasoning, though, and just be like, it's unlikely I'd draw anything better than the Amethyst Acolyte I have in hand. And I could just Acolyte the 4/4 and, you know, whatever. I think that would be fine, too, but I decided to just make the Oni Ronin relevant. And then, yeah, we could have put the Falchion on the 2/2. I just liked making the flyer a 2-turn clock on its own. It was risky, though. It was definitely risky. I mean, there's a lot of ways to play those lines there. I didn't like sit down and, you know, think through every line there, because there are a lot of options, right? We had 4 or 5 units and a bunch of different weapons, and then you have to factor in what you could draw off the top and yada yada yada. I was just like, all right, I want to kind of spread out my threats. Yeah, they had 1 power open, but there was no pause. We knew there was no pause from when they swung. There was no pause, so wow, we just keep beat on the draw every game. That's fine by me. Kind of. I mean, this deck can be on the play, that's for sure. Snowslinger. Alright. Whoops, I shouldn't have opened on a Shadow Source. Now they know we have Rapid Shot. Although, that could be an advantage to us. It's really hard to play around, like, Destroyers backed up by Rapid Shots. Yeah. I'll do this. Gets me the armor in hand. Oh, and they're on 2? Alright. Time to destroy them. I could play around Lightning Strike by putting on an Obsidian Armor here, but I think I'd rather just play a second Destroyer, and if they have Lightning Strike, they have Lightning Strike. I should have played Stonescar Banner pre-combat, I suppose, but whatever. Yeah, we're just going to load up on Destroyers here. We are just going to curve out where our opponent's stuck on power. Sounds good to me. This hand started off good and got better. Kind of interesting here. Like, I could play Recogulator so that even if they have a removal spell, like, they can't remove it or something. But I actually don't care if they lose a unit and draw 3 cards in this situation and gain 3 life. Like, it just isn't relevant to me. I'm just trying to kill them. So I'm just going to use my power efficiently. Polymorph. This is interesting. I think I'd rather deny them the card draw now. The other option there would be to play this and put the armor on that, but I don't care about making this a 4/4. I'd rather do the 8 damage there and present a whole buttload of damage. Yeah. Yeah, we're off lethal. We're 1 short of lethal. Oh, that's okay. We'll get there. Okay, I think they're dead. Rapid Shot plus Rampage on whatever is just going to ruin them. Yeah. Alright. Destroyed. 4-0. with this deck. Not too shocking. We've got good fixing, a good curve, and good power level all along the curve. Stonescar typically a little weak to flyers, but we have 3 lifesteal units plus a Lethrai Falchion, so you know. We haven't even drawn Scrap Tank yet. Instead, we just keep drawing Xenon Destroyers. Xenon Destroyers with Rapid Shots, man. It's brutal. It is a brutal combination. These are the battle skills. Aegis, Charge, Deadly, Double Damage, Endurance, Flying, Killer, Lifesteal, Overwhelm, Quick Draw, Unblockable, and Warcry. Using that Oxford comma. And in alphabetical order. So nice. Yes, I watched the ridiculous first draft. That was insane. That was the most whitelisted draft I think I've ever seen. Nah, probably not. I had that one Rakano draft that was actually insane. Like, pack 3 and 4, I got Ikaria and sort of the Sky King or something like that. It was so silly. But yeah, that draft, that first Feln draft was insane. The second Feln draft, not so much. Not so much. But this Stonescar draft was up there. This was pretty good. Scrap Tank and World Pyre Phoenix. Oh. We're first? Alright, we're going to have to ship that one. 2 5-drops and a 2 power hand going first. Not ideal. Okay. They don't have Torch or Temper. There was no pause there on turn 1. You can always draw it. Ooh, Skycrag. Alright. Could make this an 0-2, which actually lines up well for Magma Javelin. Makes it more likely to get 2 for 1. And this can also set up my Ravenous Thornbeast better. But I think I'm still just going to play Thornbeast here and just get the 3-3 down. There's some arguments for Acolyte there, but I think they're all kind of like, here's best case scenarios, let's go over them. And it's just like, I'm not interested in that. Like, the odds of them playing something here that I would rather just Magma Javelin are pretty high, I think. Or like if they play Granite Acolyte or whatever. Yeah, see, I just want to Javelin this. I could also use Rampage here, but I think I can't play anything else. I mean, if I Javelin, I can't play anything else either. But this is easier to fit into my curve than a Javelin. Yeah, let me just Javelin. The other option is to swing, offer, trade, and just get down Sharpshooter. Maybe that's better than rather than aggressively using Javelin. But I think just power equity is important here. Like, once we hit 5, like, I want to have options to do a lot of different things. Well, better draw a Fire Source. I guess if I draw any power, I'll be pretty happy, though. If I'm being honest. Ooh, they got something. There's a waiting there. Sharpshooter. Well, we drew it. So would I rather... I mean, if I Scepter, then I can't use Rampage anyways. If I swing, I can Rampage, and if they don't block, I can Chieftain. I think that sounds better to me. And if they do block, I Rampage, and then just Amethyst Acolyte this, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe wasting a Rampage while I have whatever is not good. But I didn't think they were going to block, so... Yeah, there was maybe a 5% chance of them blocking there. Granite Acolyte, sure. Still swinging with that, sure. It's going to be a little bit of a tough race to win, but not impossible. I can shrink this. Or what? What are my other options? Get a Shogun Scepter rolling. But I think I'd rather keep building up my board. It's 8. I mean, this also builds up my board, but it takes away from theirs. No pauses there while they were on 2. Wonder if they had something like Burnout. Woof. Alright. They're at 9, and I'm at 14. They're presenting 8. I have Rampage plus Scepter, so losing one of these units I don't think is a big deal. That's 8. They're at 9. 8. How do they do 6 damage when they don't have Torch? Already swinging back. Trying to figure out how valuable these... Like, if I should chump block or not. My crackback currently... I have a Rampage. I can't think of how I die here. Off of 4 power. Double Rampage? They don't have Rampage. We determined that already. They have, like, Flash Freeze? Ooh, that would be brutal. Let's see here. If they have something like that, can I play around it? 5, 8. There's no way to play around Flash Freeze. Yeah, there's no way to do it. Except, like, not swinging, and then we're just pressured by this flyer. But I guess they do have Flash Freeze. Oh, no. Flash Freeze, I still have my blocker, right? So it's okay. Because I'm 1 short. Right. This unit means... Yeah, okay. That's the way we play around Flash Freeze, is we have the chump blocker. Do they have 2? They have 2 Flash Freezes? Okay. Yeah, the extra blocker helps play around Flash Freeze there. If we had put the Scepter on the 5/5, I guess we might not have been able to play around Freeze.